Check in on the latest buzz in the entertainment world.
Liz and Mike from 105.1 The Buzz joining us live right now. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, so we are learning more about this Vegas wedding. Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, they eloped after the Grammys, basically. Went and got married in Vegas. What else happened?
I'm thinking it was an unplanned event because they showed up in the same outfits that they wore to the Grammys. So there was no white dress, no outfit or costume change or anything like that. Because somebody who was in attendance has spoken out to like People Magazine and Us Weekly, basically said it was about a 30, maybe 40-minute whole ordeal. They got married, they danced to an Elvis song because an Elvis impersonator is who married them. And then when it was done, they tossed a bouquet and just skedaddled.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think that there was like a line at the little white chapel, and then they were just like, "Hey, we're Chloe and Travis Barker. Can we cut up and just like whatever,
Kourtney, yeah.
whichever Kardashian."
My imagination wants to believe there's always a line at those chapels in Vegas. Just a bunch of drunk people making spontaneous decisions. And I like to think that's what happened here. And I like how this brings Kourtney Kardashian back to humanity, that she's just kind of going rogue off the beaten path. And if they didn't film this for the Kardashians, I will give her so much more respect.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this was all
I doubt it,
big,
but that's true.
Right, a big headline-getting thing before their new show premieres next week. I don't know. Are they going to have a big traditional, big family wedding at some point? I have to think that Mama Chris was maybe not thrilled about this.
I haven't seen anything about that anywhere. I feel like Mama Chris would be excited though, because their show is about to premiere.
That's true.
And this is a little something extra to put them in the headlines some more. Get a little buzz going on about what's happening. I wouldn't be surprised though if they didn't do like a ceremony with family and friends that they could also film.
Yeah.
Because if she could get 2 weddings in one season, Mama Chris will be ecstatic.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah,
She's
some money in Mama Chris's pocket
right.
there, huh?
She's like, I'm really not a fan of you doing this and not making it a big family affair, but you get a pass because it was a week before the premiere.
You played the media cycle and you played it well. Good job.
Yeah.
Imagine being Kourtney Kardashian. Like, we saw the Grammys performance where Travis Barker got up there and played the drums with her. Like, that was so good. And it was such a moment that you've got all that adrenaline and those endorphins. And you're like, that's my dude up there. So maybe it was super spontaneous just off of that, which at that point, you can't blame her.
I can see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
We'll find
And the
out
setup's already there, because I just saw that there was never a marriage license officially pulled. So whether or not it's actually legal remains to be seen.
Okay.
Questions remain. Interesting. I'm sure we'll be talking about it.
Yeah.
All right. To another celebrity now, Cole Sprouse, which is a name I have not heard in forever. He did an interview about what it's like to be a child star. And what did he have to say?
Well, you should hear his name. He's on Riverdale. That's been on for 5 seasons now, and it's been a really big show. He did an interview with the New York Times, and he said he and his twin brother Dylan are constantly told, like, you guys made it out. You're unscathed. Like, you're normal for being a child star. And he said that's not the case, that being famous when you're younger is like having trauma, and that, you know, he and his brother, they experienced that, but he feels so bad for all the girls that are now women that were on the Disney Channel with them, because it was absolutely worse for them. But now as an adult that he's on Riverdale and he's experiencing, you know, this whole fame thing for a second time, he said it's bringing back the same feelings, but since he's older, he's able to hide it better and cope with it better than he could when he was a kid.
Wow. Well, yeah, so they were on, when they were Disney Channel stars, they were on The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, which is probably the last thing that Travis watched of the Sprouse brothers.
I never actually saw that show, but I did see...
You're all the way back to Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy, and I believe, I mean, Scuba Steve. I mean, come on. That's my last. But I do remember the show. I just never saw it.
I was a big Sweet Life
He also
fan.
played Ross's son on
That's
Friends.
what it was. I knew there was something else.
That's right.
That's the one, Liz. That's the other one that was locked away back there in the back there. Right?
And on The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, one of the famous Disney stars to come out of that was Brenda Song, who actually just married and had a kid with Macaulay Culkin, who's another child star. They all seem to stay pretty close knit after they experience that trauma of being famous as a kid.
Yeah,
I guess
they're all in their late 20s and 30s now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how they've all kind of come out on the other side of it.
I'm curious what when he says trauma, I guess I'm curious what he means by that. You know, just because you're so young and impressionable and you're in the limelight. Is that what he means by that?
Yeah, and when he was talking about some of his female like co-stars, like how at a young age people start critiquing their bodies and their appearance and having to learn how to cope with like shutting down the outside noise.
Right.
I
There's
just
just
like
so much
grow.
pressure and attention on you as a kid. I think you're treated older than you are. You have to make all these decisions. You're in Hollywood.
And even
That's
think about
tough.
the time, that was 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
We've come a long way in that regard where, people are probably treated differently now. So interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting to think about.
And you know how bad you felt in middle school when you had acne, just like as a regular kid?
Right. Now imagine being on a red carpet with that. Yeah.
Everybody's staring at your face at that point.
Right.
Seriously.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting insight. I mean, appreciate him opening up about that too. It gives you a different perspective. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thanks, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye. And again, you can listen to Liz and Mike every weekday morning on 105.1 The Buzz.